Hello and welcome. In this tutorial we will be looking at writing and dialogue rules with regards to punctuation. So here we go. I have a bunch of sentences written up. So first things first, we're going to start if the dialogue tag is at the start of the sentence. So we're going to have Adam said. Before what he actually says, we're going to put a comma, space in between, open, and close. Now, good morning is just a normal sentence, not a question or anything, so we're just going to put a period here. Next one. If what the person said would normally end with a period, that's just good morning, it's going to end with a comma instead. So we're going to open, close. The comma is right before the punctuation mark. So, good morning, comma, said Sarah. Okay, pretty basic. Now we have Dave said good morning, then sat down. So we have our dialogue which is embedded in the middle of the sentence. So what we're going to do is similar to this. We're going to have Dave said, we're going to have our comma, space, open the punctuation here. Now we have something afterwards as well. So in that case, we're going to go right back, and instead of putting the period, we're going to put a comma. So Dave said good morning, then sat down, and a regular period at the end. Ladies and gentlemen, said Ryan, good morning. Here we have two bits of dialogue, and this speech tag is embedded in the middle of the sentence. So, first of all, we're going to open and close, and open and close. Now, we have the dialogue tag after, and this would normally end with a period if this was the whole sentence, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. But since it's continued, that means we need to put a comma. Ladies and gentlemen, comma, said Ryan, good morning. This would be where the period would go. Now, we also have a continuation, so we can't just leave this empty. So we're going to have another comma in here. So, comma, space, quotation mark. So these are just telling us that it's continuing on. So unless this is a proper noun, this is going to be lowercase. Okay. Where do we go is what she asked. And normally, if it ends with a period, it's going to be a comma. If it ends with anything else, an exclamation point or a question mark, then you're going to just put that. So where did they go? Question mark, she asked. You don't need a comma or anything else. Punctuation, close quotation marks, she asked, period. Now, if you're looking at what a person is thinking, you're going to format it the exact same as if it was a bit of dialogue, except you're not going to have the quotation marks in it. So you're going to have Jeff thought, comma, this would be where the quotation marks would go, there and after. Now, if you look at standard manuscript format, typically they're going to say that they want it underlined. Some teachers might ask for it to be in italics, but you need some way of differentiating it from just your regular average narration. I think generally they ask for it to be underlined. So this shows that it's a thought. Obviously this is third person. If it was first person, you would be doing this differently, but that's generally the case. So punctuation other than periods just go in as normal instead of a comma. Fairly basic. So make sure that you're checking your work. Make sure that proper nouns always begin with a capital letter regardless of their location within a sentence or quotation. So those are your basic bits of formatting for dialogue. Thanks for watching.